Sydney.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody here has ever seen the movie Dear White People.
I have.
Yes.
Okay, so my opinion of Tyler Perry is in that scene where they're in the movie theater. And he goes, oh, we have the new Medea movie. And that's exactly how I feel Tyler Perry movies go. I don't feel like they accurately portray African American culture because they are like just stereotypes wrapped in Christian dogma. That was like a direct quote that she said. They're aspects of his movie I don't think accurately portray African American life because, okay, so you say he has educated people in his movies and plays, but have you noticed that the educated people are always inherently evil in some way or have some type of evil like motive or alternative negative motive? It's always about African American women in pain. They kind of keep up that like overweight mammy thing kind of going with Medea.
In fact, you know, he says that in the article, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Remember when he says, he's just like, he's like, people say, why are you putting in fat people? And he's just like, well, my aunt's fat, she's fat, all that other kind of stuff, right? So, that's a part of it. Let's keep going.
And then internalized racism type of aspect of it. You were saying earlier about how like in all of his movies you kind of have that like light skin versus dark skin thing, which is like really just internalized racism within us. It's colorism. How darker.
Like internalized racism and colorism? Are you using some real words in here? I like it. Yo, hey, let's give a hand just for those two words. All right. Hold on.
Hurry up. It brings back that kind of colorism point that that's a really big issue in the African American community. How darker skin is kind of portrayed as evil or ugly, appearance wise, and how like lighter skin and how like the light skinned men in Tyler Perry movies are seen as like the saviors or like the bringer of good. So yeah.
Okay, interesting. Onicia, you're up.
Wholeheartedly.
Point. Say it again.
I disagree with Deanna.
Okay.
With all of my
Why do you disagree with it?
Because the things that they don't just pertain to people living in the ghetto. You know, the mom on drugs, the guys hitting girls, the men hitting women, and all of that goes on in not everybody, but not just in the ghetto, and not just with blacks. And none of the things that Tyler Perry talks about in his movies are exclusively black. He talks about God, he talks about family, morals, things that, everybody can relate to, things that go on in other people's households. So, yeah, that's why I disagree with
Okay, so I disagree with Kelsey when she said the statement when she said most black. That's the only thing I disagree with. And I disagree with Thurno when he said it was ghetto. And it's just like, okay, if I would say like majority of the population, like when you think of Tyler Perry, you just automatically think of black, down south, nothing but just black. And it's like most of the time it's not just about black. When the purpose was to like show everybody that it's really about everybody. Yeah, comedy was in there, but like if you don't really when you just laugh about it, like everybody's gonna like it because it made you laugh, but it didn't make you like actually sit there and think after a while. And it's like, okay, for the black women being the struggle and stuff, if you look at it as a whole, black usually it's like everything derives from a black woman. It's like all the skin tones, you can make almost every skin tone, I would say, except for Caucasian, from black, just two blacks. And it's like, if you can't really see that, you won't get the whole gist of the Tyler Perry, what he's trying to do. And it's like
So pause, because I want everybody to get this, right? So ultimately his perspective, and I think this is really, really interesting what you're saying, okay? His point of view, it's always African American woman centric, right? But we don't see much of that, do we? Mm-hmm. Right? You know what I'm saying? You can flip through almost all the channels and you rarely see it. That's really interesting, okay? So I like it. So starting off, his POV is that. Does that make sense? Right? Fantastic. Keep going if you want.
And then it's like
we're working our way around, guys. We got it.
When he's talking about religion, it's not just Christian. Cause like, okay, where I'm from, there's like, okay, there's different religions and stuff, and we do the same thing. It's just like in the country, like there's different parts. It's small, but it's like different parts where there's different religion all everywhere. And then it's like down there you could see where he's talking about other people, not just black, because of how small we are. And then like when you come up here, you see a completely different thing, but you see the same thing, especially when you go up north and you see the more, I don't know, popular, educated and stuff, the so-called educated. Sure. And then you see the same thing, but it's behind closed doors. So you see all their riches and things, you think they're happy, just like with the celebrities. Some of them you might think they're happy and all that stuff because they have money, but behind closed doors is the exact same thing.
Okay, interesting.
To say whether or not Tyler Perry actually describes black people, I think he does. He may not hit on every single thing, but he does. And what people don't understand is that, they just see a whole bunch of black people and they're going through situations. So they're like, oh, he's doing it negatively. But he's not doing that. He's trying to show different situations that everybody goes through. So when people call it ghetto or ratchet or coonery, these are the same people who probably haven't sat down and saw like a whole movie of Tyler Perry. They just watching previews and they heard what people say. Because at the end of the day, you be like, oh, he always portraying the black guy as this. But then you can tell you haven't seen like Daddy's Little Girls or any type of those movies where like Idris Elba, who's really dark skinned, played the good guy. And then he's like, oh, but he's always talking about domestic abuse and infidelity and all these things. And it's like, well, that happens to people who are rich, people who are white, Asian, Hispanic. It don't matter who you are. Everybody goes through these things. It's just that he uses African Americans because he's trying to invest into his community and help bring stars to our community.
Good. All right.
The old lady come to me. First of all, I'm coming for you and you. What y'all not gonna do is talk about Tyler Perry like that. First of all, let me piggyback off of what D.I. said. Y'all some haters. Secondly,
I like the fact she has to get up. That's a really nice rhetorical technique.
the light-skinned person is not always a good person. Honey, obviously you never seen Madea go to jail the movie because the black man, dark skin, yes he did. He got that girl out of jail, yes he did. He got her off the street, yes he did. Y'all just like, the dark skinned one in the movies really be the one that be doing the most work. And you gonna try to say it's ghetto. He always doing stereotype. Honey, who grandma my size? Who grandma my size? All right, I just needed to know that real quick. Yes, who grandma don't go to church?
All right. So here's what we're gonna give you one response, and we're gonna go to you. Okay?
He doesn't deserve a response.
Because y'all get mad because somebody actually portraying lifestyles of black people, and it's not just to make them look bad. They actually come out with a better resolution than what they started with. So you can sit down with all that mess talking.
So hold on. Yeah, number one, I love it. Right? I do. It's interesting. Very, very interesting. Look, but here's what I like too. Is that, like, we can disagree on this stuff, right? Because these are real issues. Does that make sense? These are issues, We're not getting angry, right? But this is the kind of conversation that we need to be having. I'm gonna let you respond.
Y'all funny. So what you were saying, learning lessons, like, it's not always bad, negative portrayal, morals. Who goes to a Tyler Perry movie or show for morals? We're there to laugh.
Hold on,
right?
pause. Hold on.
Right?
Hold on. Yo. Let's have a show of hands. Who goes to a Tyler Perry movie for morals?
Oh, let me think about
Hold on, come back. Come on.
The fact that you're going to a Tyler Perry movie for morals, that's kind of sad.
Pause. Throwing shots. Yeah. So, hey, Citizen, you're gonna have to walk him out. Okay, I don't want anything negative to happen in your house. Right? But like, so let's be more.
Back to this, like, do you think Madea is a good role model? She's been arrested.
Hold on. Like, I think it is positive to be arrested and be a good role model. Okay, I want to go ahead and say that, right? Right. It's okay if you're arrested and you can still be a role model.
Let's see. She threatened to kill her brother, the old man, several times.
He asked for it.
Every single fight.
Yeah.
I mean, every single movie, she's in some type of fight.
Okay.
Two, y'all talk about obesity, like, or your grandma is fat and all that fat. So
All right,
it's
all right.
okay for your. Okay, it's okay for grandmas to be fat, right?
What? She not even that big.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
Can we keep going?
Yeah. Yo, hey. So we're gonna stop this before
Wait,
he
I'm not
actually.
done.
All right. So one more.
Okay, so they
Fair
talking
enough.
about how.
Yeah, you talking about trash about Tyler Perry, but you talking about all his movies, and it sounds like you done seen every one. Help me out with that.
Okay, so you're talking about how it's not exclusively black, but if you have a black person like a black person that is Tyler Perry, he's doing that. That's his point of view,
Right.
and it's directed towards the black people. Let's say there's an Asian watching it, he's not going to get offended or off of like Asian stereotype because it's coming from a black person's point of view. If it was an Asian directed to an Asian, then he'll get offended.
Oh, right. So it's the same idea, though. It's the same idea that we had in talking about their eyes, correct?